Sunday. NHRA is in Sonoma, California. I did a real quick recap yesterday. If you want to go get caught up, I showed the ladder, showed the Mission Food Too Fast, Too Tasty challenges, some highlights. It's been wild. Like I said in that video, it was wild in Seattle, and they rolled that train right on into Sonoma, and they hadn't stopped. So today, race day is going to be, if you're new here, we do the highlights from first and second round, then we show all the semis, then we show all the finals. We're going to kick it off with top fuel. I don't have any highlights to show. Josh Hart over Tony Stewart, Sean Langdon over Brittany Force, Antron Brown over Ida Zetterstrom, Justin Ashley over my brother, Clay Milliken, and then Doug Coletta over Ron August. Funny car. I do got a couple highlights. I'm going to show Austin Prock, then I'm going to show Daniel Wilkerson, then I'll tell you who all did what.
Makers and Fixers machine. The Cruise out of the number 12 spot. They leave close. Wow, Austin's on a moonshot. 383, 340.9 miles per hour. Austin Prock makes the second 340 mile per hour run in Nitro funny car history. And Wilkerson, a new chassis for him, rolled out yesterday after that explosion on Friday night that went viral across the internet. He turned the thing to confetti. It was not pretty. That Skag Power Equipment machine. Oh, Tasca had to pedal it, and another explosion for Wilkerson. 416, and look at Dan trying to slide it to a stop as it bursts the supercharger down there. You go on board with Dan Wilkerson, who already is unbuckled and is going to climb out the top of this Skag machine, no doubt, to make sure that it's not on fire down there. And Dan Wilkerson, the ISO shot of Dan Wilkerson, look at him, right away, smokes the tires, lets it sit, gets back into it, but it's just not happy, David. Look at the cylinders.
Yeah, both sides. He's going to leg it out.
Oh, I feel so bad for Daniel. And he took full accountability. He's like, I'm just driving it too hard. I'm just trying to make it happen. And I'm just glad he's okay. And then JFR with them 340s. Crazy. Hunter Green over JR Todd. And then, like I say, Austin over Cruz. Beckman over Rupert. Hagan over Deal. Paul Lee over Dave Richards. Spencer Hyde over Alexis Joria. Ron Capps over Chad Green. And Tasca over Wilt, which we saw. So in Pro Stock car, the only one I had was Troy Coughlin Jr. versus Derek Kramer.
On the right.
They're hanging out here for a little while, Jason.
They sure are.
There you go. Troy goes in. There's Derek.
Oh, man.
Oh, look at that.
What happened there?
Well, we got a red light out of Derek.
Kramer was on the two-step for like an hour. He backs the car up here, and it felt like an eternity. And then I think he finally just had to let go because he couldn't hold it anymore. And then Troy Coughlin just coast down. There's another look. So they're both pre-staged. And they're taking their time. Troy goes in. Derek always flickering the bowl. It wouldn't set, and he brought it up on the two-step. It wouldn't sit. So either the body, the clearance, there was something hanging, and then that threw Troy off. When Derek took off, Troy was late reacting. Probably didn't pop the clutch the way that he should have, and the unfortunate part of that for Troy Coughlin Jr. through this entire situation is that he gets basically no run.
All right, top fuel, no highlights for second round. Antron Brown over Justin Ashley. Somebody finally left on Justin Ashley. Justin Ashley only went 381. Antron went 374, but still, I think the only other person that's left on Justin Ashley this year is Sean Langdon, and now Antron. Langdon had the competition bye, and then, not a competition bye, had a bye because of the way the ladder fell, and then Doug Coletta over Josh Hart. All right, so for funny car, I got Bob Tasca versus Matt Hagan. Then I'll come back and tell you who won the rest of them.
Of the season in Seattle. This is a good race. And it goes to Hagan. On a baby hole shot. 393.7 beats a 3 93.6. Margin of victory, 0.03 of a second. The tightest race all day in Nitro Funny Car goes to Matt Hagan.
What a race. Looking like a bracket race down there at 3,000 of a second. Okay, and then Beckman was over Hunter Green, Austin Prock over Paul Lee, Spencer Hyde over Ron Capps, which was only 11th out at the stripe on their race, so they had a heck of a race too. Pro Stock Car, I want to show father and son, but not racing each other. Greg Stanfield versus Matt Latino, and then Aaron Stanfield versus Cody Coughlin.
Earn lane choice. Oh, Hellfest! Neither car can get hooked up, and Greg finally gets it far enough down to move into the semis. Wow, unbelievable. 940 at 119 miles per hour. And I got to tell you, I think that's the difference between Greg Stanfield, who has driven these cars for so long, even with the gap, and Matt Latino, who's in his rookie season. Again! Oh, look at Aaron driving through it like a sprint car. Cody Coughlin also turned the red light on. He was 13th thou red, so Aaron had already won it. But wow, Aaron Stanfield having to drive that thing like a sprint car. He obviously didn't realize the red light was on either.
Man, them Pro Stock cars have been having hell with that shaking of them tires. The rest of them was Greg Anderson over Troy Coughlin Jr. and then Dallas Glenn over Jed Coughlin. Pro Stock Motorcycle, the one I want to show you is Gage Herrera versus John Hall.
Let's see if Matt Smith has hit the tune-up again. Oh, wow, Gage Herrera is sleeping. And John Hall is going to go to the semifinals. 673, 200 miles per hour. Gage Herrera's reaction time started with a 1. I've never seen that. And the 2.5 years that Gage Herrera has dominated Pro Stock Motorcycle.
Semis, Top Fuel, Sean Langdon versus Antron Brown, and then Doug Coletta gets the bye because of the way the ladder falls.
Top Fuel and Supercomp World Championships. Doug Coletta awaits in the finals here in Sonoma. Starting line advantage for Antron. They both smoke, and it's going to be Antron in a bit of a pedal fest. 419 heads to the finals, 251 miles per hour. Well, that'll get lane choice. 373, 335 miles per hour.
Funny Car Semis is going to be Matt Hagan versus Austin Prock and Spencer Hyde versus Jack Beckman.
And Prock, can Matt Hagan finally beat Austin Prock on race day? No. 392.7, 333 miles per hour, beats a 393.7 and 327 miles per hour. Trying to make it an all-JFR final. Beckman out front. Oh, Jack's over by the center line. Did he get it is the question. Spencer Hyde coast across behind him. Jack goes 449.8, and we'll have to wait for the call from race control. Car, you got to touch the center line to DQ. Here's another look. Let's see. Watch Jack. Hyde's out of it first, and watch Jack spin the tire, put a hole out, and... oh, that's hard to tell because it's the tire, and you can see the black track marks, David. I'm going to wait to hear from race control. That is awfully tight. And the official ruling is Jack Beckman does touch the center line. Spencer Hyde will go to the final round on a disqualification.
That was wild. So, Spencer, as Shane on Street Outlaws says, a win's a win. Spencer goes to the finals against Austin. Pro Stock Car, Greg Stanfield versus Greg Anderson, and then his son Aaron Stanfield versus Dallas Glenn.
We'll find out here. Greg and Greg, Stanfield and Anderson, a trip to the finals at the Denso Nationals, presented by Power Edge. Here we go. Oh, again! And Stanfield's going to get back in it! Greg Stanfield's going back to the final round. Whatever he went back and learned, it pays off. 732, 203 miles per hour. Greg Stanfield heads back to the final round, his first final round in a Pro Stock car since his return here to Pro Stock competition. Stop. spins the tires, and for the first time this season, Elite Motorsports will win Pro Stock. It will be an all-Stanfield final, 6:57.9, 2:09. Aaron races Greg, father-son, final round.
It just keeps getting crazier. Father and son going to the final. That's pretty daggum cool. The Pro Stock motorcycle is going to be Matt Smith versus his teammate, his bike, whatever, John Hall, his name's been brought up a lot lately, and then Richard Gaston has the bike the way the ladder fell.
Just yesterday.
Richard Gatson awaits. Off the starting line, the advantage to Matt Smith by a couple hundredths of a second. And at the finish line. Oh, John Hall got around him. 6:78.2. John Hall's back in the final. 199 miles per hour. Trying to earn lane choice. 6:78.2 is the number. And he won't get it. 6:81.7, 199. So Richard Gatson from the number one qualifier spot will go into the final round, but will give up lane choice.
All right, finals. Pro Stock motorcycle is going to be Richard Gaston versus John Hall.
This is Pro Stock motorcycle at the Denso Nationals, presented by Power Edge. Who will take on the Wally on two wheels? Off the starting line, first six now, it goes to John Hall. And here comes the Buell roaring down the top end at the lights. He doesn't have enough motorcycle, and Richard Gatson has his second national event victory. 6:75.6, 199 miles per hour.
All right, congrats to Richard Gatson, that whole Vance and Hines team. Pro Stock car, father-son, Greg Stanfield versus Aaron Stanfield.
Father and son, Elite Motorsports is going to win for the first time since Las Vegas, the end of October 2024, when the Pro Stock final. Aaron leaves first by 14 thousandths of a second. This is a great drag race to finish out Sonoma. And Greg is back on top. What an incredible drag race. Greg Stanfield, 6:55.2, 211 miles per hour by 23 ten-thousandths of a second. The father-son matchup lives up to the hype. Greg Stanfield returns to the winner's circle.
Congrats to Greg Stanfield. That's so cool to see father-son. Always like when it's like Billy and Steve Torrance, and it's just really cool. Brings a whole nother level to watching. We have a really good friend, Jim Taylor. I see you. Congrats. He works over on Greg Stanfield's team. Funny car. Austin Prock versus Spencer Hyde.
Six
In
races
top fuel, of
in
course.
top fuel. You think of John Force had some great years, but this has just been a wild run. But Spencer Hyde looking for his first career win. He's got to beat the world champion. Here we go. Prock's off the line first. And Austin's not handing this one back. 390 at 333, and the Prock Rocket is back on top in Nitro Funny Car. Another win for the Funny Car points leader.
Congrats to Austin Prock. Like they said, he's back on top. He wasn't gone for long. Spencer Hyde, your win's coming soon. Top Fuel, Antron Brown versus Doug Coletta.
Eliminator. Antron's out in front, and he pops it. Doug's back on top, 375.2, 334 miles per hour. Doug Coletta back in the winner's circle. Antron was 058 and left first. In fact, he was making a clean run through 330 feet. Antron Brown looked like he had that race in control. And Coletta gets his second win of the season, the sixth of his career here in Sonoma, David.
And the first one in 20 years.
Unbelievable for Doug Coletta and the Mac Tools machine.
All right, congrats to Doug Coletta, that whole Coletta camp. They've been tough. It don't look like they're going to be letting up anytime soon. I appreciate all you guys. If y'all are into I did a IHRA Pro Mod recap. I just posted it just a couple hours ago. If y'all want to go check that out. A lot of the No Prep King drivers showed up. That really got my interest, and they got 125,000 in a couple weeks to win. So I'm pretty sure I know I'll be watching, so I'm pretty sure I'll be doing a recap too. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, like, and subscribing. Leave me a comment because you know I love them, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye!